My name is Brian Bocon. I work for North Carolina State Parks. I've been working here for about 20 years. I started out as a ranger here at BW Wells Recreation Area, and we used to have a sign out front that said guided tours only beyond this point, and nobody knew how to give any of the guided tours, so I started exploring down here at this old home site and fell in love with the history and the unique geology, the unique plants out here, and then learned more and more about BW Wells. Welcome to Rockcliff Farm, originally 154 acres along the Neuse River, and I'm going to start this with every single way I start a historical hike, program, talk, festival, adult workshop, field trip, nature hike. I start with the same poem, and it is called On Rockcliff Farm. On Rockcliff Farm, you come to the end of a dead-end road and crossing the line at a dip. Your load of city worries, cares, and thoughts drop as you enter Rockcliff Farm, where peace, freedom, and joy were bought with the acres. Rockcliff Farm was the retirement home of BW Wells. Originally 154 acres, now it's about 40, since it's a lake instead of a river now. It's nestled in between two double bends or loops in the Neuse River, and that's all because of the geology, because of the rock cliffs that you can see as you hike the trails along here. So we have unique rocks that form a unique landscape which changes the course of the river, and because of that we've got some unique plants here as well. So on the trails in the springtime you can see all sorts of orchids and other wildflowers, and it's a unique geology, unique botany, as well as unique history up here at the farm site, learning about BW Wells. And he retired out here and kept teaching. Even in his retirement, he kept taking people out on nature hikes. All the local kids would come down and watch him paint, but also he would tell them about nature and bring items of nature and have them guess the names of it and talk to about the natural history. He was an amazing person, amazing educator, and everybody in the community all loved him and supported him, and everybody came down here. Maud Wells stayed out here for 20 years after BW Wells passed away, and she was helped by members of the early association. His friends and colleagues formed the nonprofit group, the BW Wells Association. They would come out here on summer picnics, they would come out here on hikes, they'd come out and do trail works and maintain his 4 or 5 miles of trails that all spread around the property and went to different habitats and those beautiful rock cliffs. The caretaker at the front house, David Ray, had 6 children. The 3 moved out pretty quickly, but the younger 3 stayed and were actually here during BW Wells' time on the farm, and they would go down to his farm and watch him paint, and they would help him out with farm chores. They would pick butter beans in the garden, and they're very active on the farm. After they moved out, BW Wells wrote him a 4-page letter, and it was called On Rockcliff Farm, and it actually ended up being a poem. And it's one of my favorite poems because it talks in BW Wells' own voice and his own words about how beautiful the farm is. And some of my favorite parts of the poem are about farm life and activity here. The one he used to talk about in his studio says, "With science and art and all the farm chores, the days are too short and one only deplores the need for sleep, for it's lots more fun to be active than lazy and be outdone." In his retirement, he was not lazy. He was active. He produced over 300 paintings, most of which he gave away. He blazed and maintained all 4 or 5 miles of trails here at Rockcliff Farm, as well as just kept up the grounds and the gardens and the wildflowers that used to be along the rock wall. And these are all things that the BW Wells Association are doing today, maintaining his ideas, maintaining his educational concepts. And me with State Parks, I get to teach people about that every day. We do an annual festival, BW Wells Heritage Day, which is an annual event where we come out here and show people for the whole day from 8 to 5 the history and take them on geology hikes, wildflower hikes, history hikes. We started a hog farming hike. We also do all sorts of games and activities that BW Wells did with the kids out here. So not only are we emulating his hikes and his natural history interests, but we're emulating the activities and how he taught children how to identify different plants and to give names to different items, and also building baseballs. The caretaker's son built his first baseball with BW Wells right here where we're standing, and they used to hit out over the field over my shoulder. And that was where they learned how to make a baseball using household supplies. So we do that with kids today. And we also started doing a kite building program, just like they used to do back in the day, where we use household materials to make a kite, and the parents and grandparents sometimes will help the kids fly a kite, and to see that is really special. So we enjoy that part of our festival and part of our hikes and activities. So that's one of the favorite things, one of the things I love about this park and being able to promote this place, and it does emulate BW Wells and his credo of man living in harmony with nature.